This is like the first good IGN video I've seen. This is the first IGN video in months I've seen that's not disliked into orbit. I'm a bird, I'm a bird! I'm gonna continue shilling over this game. You guys already know. Up until this game drops, I'm gonna continue shilling over it. I know this game is gonna be good. If you don't believe me, you're stupid. Okay, The Blood of Dawnwalker is a vampire RPG in a big narrative sandbox. Man, they need to drop this game. Like, they're like teasing me so hard.
Let them cook. You want early access?
I will be a tester for them for free. Like, they don't have to pay me. Okay,
the Witcher series
music
really
ready.
did well to capture
Chef's
that sense
kiss.
of exploring a brutal fantasy world as a protagonist who knew how to get their hands dirty. But in the upcoming dark fantasy RPG The Blood of Dawnwalker, a new game from a team of former creatives behind The Witcher 3, it leans further into a more...
Yeah, that's one more thing. If you guys haven't heard me jack off over this game before, the people who are working on this game are the people who made Witcher 3. They left CDPR. This is the team of Witcher 3 working on Dawnwalker. Wait, is Lifu actually a pirate software?
...really ambiguous setting as you decide which path its protagonist will take. One that maintains his human form and ideals, or one that embraces newfound powers as a half-vampire. Just ahead of Gamescom 2025, we got an extended walkthrough of The Blood of Dawnwalker from the devs at Rebel Wolves that put
Okay, there's gonna be so much fan artwork of this dude. You will not be able to go to an event without guys cosplaying him.
Spotlight on the parallel playstyles of human and vampire action RPG gameplay. So far, The Blood of Dawnwalker is putting forth some strong concepts for its take on a dark fantasy RPG that's all about navigating two different worlds in cunning fashion. Part of what makes vampires so
yeah, these are scenes we haven't seen before.
compelling as horror characters is that they can be tragic figures. Having to contend with supernatural forces that potentially put them at odds with humanity is a concept that can be great to explore in video games. That idea is at the heart of The Blood of Dawnwalker.
I am life. I am death.
Okay, I am curious about what are they gonna do with the sister arc, because they already showed in the very first trailer the reason he met them. He was trying to save his sister who was dying, and they didn't really show much. So it's definitely will be like a big part of the story. What happened to the sister? Is she like a vampire now and stuff?
I am everything in between.
Set in a supernatural version of 14th century Europe, The Blood of Dawnwalker focuses on Cohen and his vendetta against a powerful coven of vampires that seek to take over Europe with violence and even some old-fashioned medieval-era politicking. After Cohen has a violent encounter with the vampire leader Brentius during the abduction of his family, the protagonist develops a special strain of vampirism that transforms him into a half-vampire that can navigate the increasingly blurry line between human and supernatural.
Things will be different now.
And like we watched like the devs talk about this game, you can play the whole game as a human side, or you can play the whole game as a vampire side, or you can like go back and forth. It's literally like your own experience.
For all of you.
Our extended preview focused on a quest called A Monk and a Saint, which saw Cohen travel to the settlement of Svartrau to uncover a hidden tomb, and the town's more nefarious side.
Wait, are you Mihai?
This quest features a round of combat sequences against some foes capable of withstanding Cohen's abilities in both his human and vampire forms. It initially seemed standard fare for an RPG.
I already know I'm gonna be struggling with the combat system here. I don't know why, like the combat system they had in The Witcher, for some reason it fried my brain, and it looks like they're gonna have the same combat system in Dawnwalker, same as in Witcher 3. It's a great combat system, just my brain is too stupid.
It looks more grounded. That's what I was saying about all the other games that are being released. Like, everyone's freaking backflipping and shit. This one looks like you feel the impacts of your hit.
Are you downloading something? Your voice is freezing from time to time.
quest, but where Dawnwalker differs is in how the quest can change depending on the time of day and which form you take on to complete it. The leading narrative hook carrying players forward is the month-long time limit, giving Cohen only a limited period to rescue his family. You can largely advance the day at your choosing, and Dawnwalker doesn't necessarily pressure you to make some time-specific choices. That said, your approach to progression will very much influence the course of events in Cohen's journey.
Okay, I was a little bit worried about that there is a time limit. I'm assuming maybe like the difficulty gauge will like change the time limit, maybe. But I don't know how I feel about the time limit thing though. Since when I play games that I really was looking forward to, I kind of want to be able to just take my time and explore things. So I don't know how I feel about this part.
It makes sense.
No, it makes sense. It makes you want to get more invested into it, right? But it just I'm just not a fan of time limits, that's all.
Especially with which side of Cohen is taking the lead. Time is essentially a resource that you can spend with each passing quest and activity, and depending on what you do and when you do it. The developers gave us a run of the preview's main quest from two different sides, as both Cohen's human and vampire forms. When playing as the latter, Dawnwalker shifts to a stealth action playstyle, where the protagonist must avoid detection from guards and civilians. Cohen's vampire abilities are also unleashed in this state, allowing players to walk on walls, teleport, and use blood abilities and vampiric claws to cut down foes.
Wait, was it Dawnwalker where like you have to feed on humans sometimes too?
Yes.
But like his vampiric abilities do look sick.
It looks too slow.
I mean, he's not a full vampire. So if they give him like 100% vampiric skills, that wouldn't seem right.
He's able to do most of the vampire shit already. He's quick. It's just that the combat is slow. Like it's more grounded. But they forget that vampires should be a bit faster. When he's in vampire mode, I feel like he should be slightly more faster. Like if they can speed up the animations.
I wonder if it's gonna be a skill tree.
Okay, I don't know.
What if it will be part of the skill tree how fast you are?
I doubt it.
And yes, you'll also be able to drain the blood from humans, foe and non-combative alike, for stealth takedowns or outright executions. I was impressed by how much the action...
Okay, so you have to consume blood to be stronger.
You have to gauge it if you want to go full vampire or not, I guess.
There's like yeah, so you just take a little bit of blood and I'm assuming you kill them around here.
Yeah.
I was impressed by how much the action and pacing looked like a mix between The Witcher's grand scope and the immersive sim element of Dishonored when seeing Cohen in his vampire form. You can truly leap across rooftops and get the jump on some foes, which was very satisfying to see.
Better be quiet.
However, it shows how players will have to grapple with some moral choices, as Cohen, who needs to feed to maintain his vampire abilities during the night, must do. While you can...
They did earlier mention that you have to be careful on whom you feed, because that person might be who you need for a quest.
Maybe.
No, they mentioned that in the previous video.
Okay.
That it has consequences. Bloodline 2 is out in a month, so you should look at that versus a game that is a year plus away. Though I have some reservation about Bloodlines 2. I never played the Bloodline 1 either. I might actually look into it. Time for me to go even more out of my comfort zone when it comes to game selections. That will be challenging, yeah.
Feed on animals to offer some temporary relief, the larger payout comes from human targets. The vampire form looks to present a more direct and action-heavy approach to engaging with the quests. However, Cohen's human form presents an interesting contrast by focusing more on investigation and tactical methods. Because Cohen can blend in with others in his human form, there are far more opportunities to engage with the different characters and uncover pathways for success without the need for bloodshed.
Perhaps the crypt was built over or sealed away?
It was also fascinating to see how the characters react to knowing the vampires are now in control of the region and that life is, understandably, far worse off. When things pop off, combat shows the stark differences in Dawnwalker's playstyles. I adopted the tactical action approach, which feels like a blend of The Witcher 3's versatile swords and sorcery combat flow, combined with the calculated nature of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2's swordplay.
Oh.
It presents an opportunity for players to feel powerful, where they have to exploit vulnerabilities. In his human form, Cohen relies on his swordplay, along with gadgets and hex spells, to overcome some enemies. Similar to the Outer Worlds, you can pull up a tactical menu to target an enemy to execute attacks that can stun foes or deliver killing blows. Combat gets a bit more hectic when in Cohen's vampire form, which sees him unleash his supernatural blood-based abilities. In addition to his sword, Cohen's massive claws can tear into enemy defenses, and he can pull off combat finishers where he can lay into foes. However, Dawnwalker still presents some challenges with elite foes, such as the human blood guards who have armor and weapons to stand up to Cohen's vampiric abilities, along with some more dangerous monsters and the rival vampires that can overpower the protagonist if you're not careful.
Okay, so you're supposed to like learn what kind of fighting style to use against whom.
No, more so like you just need to learn to be patient.
I wonder if there's other weapon types. They have not mentioned any other weapon types actually. So I don't think so.
An interesting detail that the developers highlighted during the presentation was that players could make a beeline to the primary goal of the game early on. Think of how players might try to defeat Ganon in the opening hours of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. However, the team stated that it'll be a challenge to pull off, as the core game is all about powering up Cohen with new gear and abilities. Still, I'll be curious to see if it's possible for players to clear the campaign early on in Cohen's journey. I wish we had more of an opportunity to see what the larger world would be like, but so far, The Blood of Dawnwalker captures that feeling of navigating two different worlds as a half-vampire, which is a very compelling premise for a role-playing game. Compared to The Witcher 3 or developer Don't Nod
Wait.
Vampire,
I didn't notice that before. I remember them talking about the markings on his arm, but I don't remember what for what those were. Like his abilities, right?
It was the hex.
Oh, okay. Wait, so the human side is more of a story-based game, but vampire side is more a hack and slash in a way. No, so both of them are like story-based, but depending on which side you're using in a given situation, you will have a different outcome.
The Blood of Dawnwalker captures that open-ended freeform nature of classic role-playing games like Gothic 1 and 2, which is exciting to see. Hopefully the full game will be able to deliver on the concept of a vampire RPG with some world-changing stakes. For more on IGN's coverage of Gamescom 2025, check out our recent previews of Ninja Gaiden 4 and Marvel Cosmic Invasion. And of course, for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.
They tried to change me into one of them. But I became something else instead.
I'm in love with the music they're using for this game. Holy. This is like the first good IGN video I've seen. This is the first IGN video in months I've seen that's not disliked into orbit. It's actually mostly likes on this video. When's the last time we've seen that?
A long time ago.
Their worst nightmare. A Dawnwalker.
Oh my god. I wonder if they'll have like those tribal markings, like the hex markings, posters and merch. That would be so sick. I would 100% show for some merch for this game.
Trapped between the two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all. He is out there watching, seeping into you, growing.
2026.
Yeah, next year. This is literally like bringing back Witcher to form, but not Witcher. Like it's so reminiscent of Witcher, but just a different universe. It's like the music, the combat, the main character, like a brunette younger version of Gerald. I'm so excited about this. I'm actually so glad the developers left CDPR and made Rebel Wolves.
If you drop this character into Witcher world, you wouldn't tell the difference. That's how good it is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my god, I'm so excited. And when they announced that they are Rebel Wolves, there are so many companies that decided to invest into them.
Oh yeah.
Like,
As soon as they revealed that they were the team that worked on Witcher 3, everyone was like, here's my money, make a good game.
yeah, like they got investments thrown at them so hard. Like, people are genuinely just so excited to see what they're gonna make. And they are cooking. Oh, so exciting. It's about time we get like new studios, like more new studios emerging who are making new franchises. And I just cannot wait to see where this is gonna go. I just hope, my main concern is it does look like they're going with this game like super heavy on the visual ones. I am concerned about the performance. I'm always, when it comes to new games, I'm always concerned about the performance.
Is it made with Unreal? Probably.
Let me check that if there's any information available on that.
Because if it's not Unreal, it's their own engine, and we don't know if they're good at engine making.
I don't think they would make their own engine. Okay, Blood of Dawnwalker developed on Unreal Engine 5.
Fuck.
So the performance might be a little bit rough. That's what I'm saying. This is such a huge concern for me. So it's gonna be available on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Yeah, fly high, check it. Spread my wings high, reach the sky. Feathers in the wind, never asking why. I'm a bird, motherfucker, I'm a bird. Soaring high, yeah, that's the word. Flying free like you never heard.